Okay. Let me just add, before I go on break, that Mr. Ihena Cho, a senior advocate of Nigeria, on behalf of the EFCC, has acknowledged that, this is a report by Premium Times, had acknowledged that Mrs. Achimogwu was on administrative bail, but alleged that she had previously violated its conditions by failing to honor previous invitations. Quote, "We invited the applicant and she refused to come," he said. Okay, so I'll just leave that there. Let me take a break and come back, and I will continue this conversation, and if there are any calls, we'll also include them as well. Stay with us, please. Lanre Suraji is our guest, and we're talking about the EFCC arrest of Aisha Achimogwu. Okay, well, I heard you, and indeed everyone at home heard you. So thank you very much for that observation. They're working on it as we speak. Okay, but let me just, can you hear me, Larry?
Yes, you're sounding so faint, but I can still hear you.
Okay.
Hear you.
Yeah, everybody that needs that information has heard it in our technical section. Thank you very much. Now, Justice Justice Iang Ekwo has actually directed that the EFCC should present in court Mrs. Aisha Achimogwu today. So I imagine that is probably in progress right now. So to come back to the matter, we need a lot more clarity, but the EFCC has said through its own lawyer, a senior advocate, that yeah, she is on administrative bail, but
it's so bad. I can barely hear what you're saying from the studio.
Yeah, so sorry about that. And the interesting thing is that it wasn't like that in the first half of the program. I'm sorry about this because it's a technical issue, because this is exactly the way we were speaking and you were hearing. Is it getting better now?
Okay. Yes, it's getting better now.
Can you hear better now? Can you hear us any better?
Yes. It's a little better now.
Oh, okay. So as we are speaking, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So as we are speaking, Aisha Achimogwu should be in court. That's according to the directive given in a brief ruling yesterday by the judge. So we need to be sure that the EFCC is on top of this, being one of the guests at that. So I don't know what this says for public conduct of the public officials in our society here.
No, I please pardon my maybe a bit kind of it might be considered, even for me, it might be considered to be conservative, but I think it's just about the reality of what we need to also deal with. Yes, so the news is outside there. EFCC had invited Ms. Achimogwu, and she honored the invitation, got on bail, refused to attend subsequently, went to court, lost the case in court, traveled about, came back to Nigeria, got arrested. The news is out there that she's already been arrested by EFCC to further their investigation. I'm wondering, what do we want the EFCC to say again? I mean, EFCC is not expected to be telling us about the investigation process. It has to be when it goes to court. They can also compromise the process of the investigation. Let us try and be a bit more conservative in the way that we want to expect things. It's not everything that is discussed on the pages of newspaper. It is not about the violation of our rights. The law allows the EFCC to invite anybody, any of the law enforcement agencies. And once the due process is followed, once the court has said, go and also submit yourself to the investigation. Unfortunately, because of some of these kind of also public decry and the rest of that, of even the process and operations of some of the operations of the law enforcement agencies like the EFCC. I mean, I'm not talking about police that would even just not even invite you. not be civil in any way to give you a prior invitation to arrest, that will just come to your house and said somebody lodged a complaint against you and you are under arrest.